How's it going, Mr. Carlson?
Great.
I'm Matt Walters, the Group Sales Associate for the Chicago Bulls. Would you please hold this while we talk? It's a tool we use for our business. We have a thing that we call Silly Putty tickets. Remember Silly Putty? You can shape it, mold it. Well, we can shape and mold your tickets to fit your specific needs to increase your sales. For instance, how many local salespeople do you have?
We have 6 local salespeople.
And of those 6 local salespeople, how many key accounts does each local salesperson have?
4 key accounts.
What is the size of an important account?
I would say around 12,000.
How important is new business to your salespeople?
Very important, actually.
Do you have a plan designed to get new business each month?
No strict plan to me. It varies every day.
That's great. I have an amazing plan for you to bring in loads of new business. It's always tough to get salespeople to focus on new business. However, by using our Silly Putty tickets, you can focus on your new business and keep them in track. That wouldn't be too difficult, would it?
No, it wouldn't be too difficult at all.
Most of my clients have told me the key to building business is for the salespeople to develop a good relationship with them, usually through constant contact. Many times to build that relationship, salespeople will use an out-of-the-office activity like golf or lunches. Some of my clients have told me their problem with golf is that some people just aren't good golfers, and it's almost too embarrassing to play, as well as it's very expensive. And when was the last time you had a memorable chicken sandwich at lunch?
You know, Matt, I couldn't even tell you the last time I had a chicken sandwich.
Exactly. However, by using our Silly Putty tickets, you can get them to build these relationships and focus on new business. Here's how it works. The salesperson calls the prospect who he's been working with and says, "How about joining me for the Bulls game next week? I've got the president's seats." The salesperson isn't giving away the tickets, but instead inviting the prospect to go with him. Now, the salesperson has the chance to do some real out-of-the-office bonding. Remember, he wants to develop a relationship through constant contact. Giving away those tickets doesn't help build that relationship. How effective do you think 2 to 3 hours at one of our Bulls games would be for building a relationship?
You know, that sounds like it would be pretty darn effective.
You're exactly right. Look at one of my clients who has enjoyed success with our tickets. He has added 3 new accounts in the last 3 months.
Wow, it's incredible.
What could be even better when taking a prospect to the game is if you, the president, or maybe even your sales manager could also go. Would you be willing to do this?
Yeah, of course I would.
Would it be asking too much of your salespeople to spend just one evening a month with a key prospect at one of our games?
No, not at all.
Our season is about 7 months long. If each one of your salespeople took one prospect a month to one of our games, each salesperson would bring 7 new prospects a season. Of those 7 new prospects, how many would you think would end up as customers?
I would say around 75%.
If each salesperson converted just one prospect to a customer, that would be $12,000 for each salesperson. With 6 salespeople, that would be $72,000 in new business. Do you see how I arrived at this number?
Sure do.
You know, we've been talking a lot about new business. We might also consider existing clients. After all, your competitor may be trying to build relationships with your current clients. Would it be asking too much to have your salespeople spend just one evening with a client as well as one evening with a prospect?
No, not at all.
To give each salesperson 1 game a month to take out a prospect, you need 6 games a month. Does this make sense?
Yes, sir.
You need a similar amount of games to take existing clients' games too. Also 6 games a month. That's a total of 12 games a month. Now let's talk about which ticket package works best for you. Based on what you told me, here's what I would suggest. Our best seating area is in the club level. With those seats, here's what you get. Mid-court box seats, food and drink, as well as promotional giveaways. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
The cost to have a planned, controlled new business effort is really quite nominal for the return. For each of your salespeople to just take 1 key prospect and 1 current client a month, you need 12 games a month, or 84 games of the season. The return on investment is substantial. If each salesperson brought in only 1 new piece of new business, your sales would increase $150,000. Because you need 84 games, I recommend 4 full season tickets. That would leave 60 games for your employees or more customers. Your cost for 4 season tickets is only $14,000. How happy do you think you'd be with those results by giving this plan a try? That decision would be worth at least $150,000 in new business and maybe up to $300,000 in new business. I can get this order today and reserve you some prime seats. Would you prefer the account in your name or the company's name?
I don't know, Matt. I'd like to think about this before anything's certain.
I can understand that. If you took some time to think about it, maybe even while you're walking on a beach, and you thought about the 150,000 in new sales and the only 14,000 in costs, do you think you'd be inclined to do it?
Probably not. That seems like a huge cost for something that isn't guaranteed.
Really? You'd be getting $150,000 in new revenue, and it only costs you $14,000. What is really causing you to hesitate?
Matt, I just don't know how this could be beneficial for my company.
Let's take a look at this, the pros and cons. Let's put down the amount of business in the left-hand column. Of that new business you would get, is that business you can renew?
Yeah, that would be around 75%.
75%? That's $262,500 in new revenue. We'll put that in the pros. And that's only if you convert on 75% of the prospects. Now let's look at the cons. What would be the first reason against? You might say expense. Let me write down $14,000. Anything else?
I don't know how effective this would be.
Effectiveness? I'll put that in the cons as well. Let's take a look at this. It's a pretty easy decision. You'd be getting $262,500 in new revenue, and it would only cost you $14,000.
Wow.
Let me get your order in today.
After consideration and looking at the pros and cons, I will gladly accept your offer.
Excellent. You will not regret it, Mr. Carlson.
Thank you, Matt.
I'll send an email your way with the details. It's a pleasure doing business with you. Go Bulls.
Look forward to hearing from you.